of Allegiance. Are you ready?
Yes, no, okay.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Here we go. Thank you, everybody. We have one guest tonight.
Yep, Chris McCoy, McKinstry. I'm the business unit manager for McKinstry in Montana.
Perfect. Thank you, Chris, for being here tonight.
Hey, you're welcome for having me.
We're going to move right along. This is the point of meeting for comments on matters not already on the agenda. Comments on agenda items will be accepted when that item comes up during the meeting. Interested persons may also submit views in written form to the clerk or superintendent prior to the meeting. Those comments will be brought to the attention of the board during the meeting. Do we have any public participation or correspondence?
No.
Perfect. We'll move right into new business resignations for informational purposes only. There we go. 4.02, Ms. Allen.
So I'm recommending hiring Carrie Brannon as the accounts payable clerk for the 25-26 school year. She'll start on August 7th with a recommended pay of $21.50 for her experience in the field, as well as with some of the resignations you see on here. We will be making some adjustments in the central office as far as what duties are going to be absorbed and moved around. So she will have some added duties to her job description as well.
Okay.
So that's why for the increase, the starting wage is $18.50. So
Okay.
Is that on, under the, like a CBA? It's not, okay, just
Nope.
non-affiliated.
Perfect.
non-affiliated, that's what I was after, okay, good. I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the non-affiliated, oh, there it is right there, non-affiliated hire of Carrie Brannon as Colstrip Public Schools Accounts Payable Clerk for the 25-26 school year as presented.
I'll second. Angie, can you hear us?
I think that's her on here. There's a phone number on here, but not responding.
Hold on.
What's the last two digits of Angie's phone number?
The last two digits of Angie's phone number are 379.
Maybe that's not Angie.
She's trying to. She said she's trying.
Okay, so I have a 406 and then ending in 02 number.
Should make sure she was on.
We could call and put her on speaker too.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
If she can't get on.
Okay, just a second. Let's see that she. I'm gonna call her. Hi, so we are on 4.02, the employment non-affiliated, and I'm gonna put you on speaker now, and then I'll just leave you there. Okay, thanks.
So Angie, Tiff made the motion, I seconded it, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the vote. Angie,
Yes.
Tiff,
Aye.
aye. Perfect. Moving on to 4.03. This is you, Mr. Stewart, you're looking for the Chromebooks?
Yes, I'm looking to have approval for the Chromebooks with it being over the policy limit needing board approval. So these are Chromebooks for the new year. It's higher than last year because we're adding in the kindergarten touchscreens. Those have had a couple of years since they need to be updated, so those are going to be new. And then we're going with a more rugged Chromebook body. The one I purchased last year, we had a lot of breakage in that, and then we lasted 1 year, so these are going up. And then also trying to refresh fourth grade and some of the upper levels at elementary to get them the larger 14-inch screens. Some teachers have requested that for testing. So that's why it's larger than it was last year. But that's all it is Chromebooks for the schools. Sixth grade, freshmen, and then some extras for elementary.
And you have this in your budget, right? It was just due to,
Yeah.
they just needed to,
Yeah,
it's
it was
in the
over that
technology
budget.
budget.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're good.
Good. I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves Chromebooks to be purchased for the school year 25-26.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment? I'll go to the vote. Angie?
Aye.
Tiff?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Call for the election. Britt?
All right, so we've had a lot of help from DA Davidson. They've been awesome and their affiliates. So they have put together what you see on the board agenda is there's been some changes. And so I wasn't able to put those on there obviously because it was already made public. I didn't make any changes to the information McKinstry has on there. All of that is still carried over from the previous one, so none of that changed. But the calling for a resolution for an election did change. So we got our taxable value back, and it's about, what did I decide it was?
About 4,000.
Yeah, it's about 4,080 lower than what it was the previous year. So in that, it increased these amounts just a little bit, and I will give those to you guys. Let's see, I'm going to Tiffany if you would. And then anyone else that wants one, I'm happy to give you one of those too. So it changed a little bit, not too dramatic, I don't think. But the board does need to decide if they want to do a 10-year bond or a 15-year bond. That is up to you guys. They asked me and I'm like, I'm not qualified to make that decision. So I bring it to you guys to the board to decide what you want to do there. For example, for elementary 10-year bond, for a $100,000 home, it's $9.24 for the first year. For a $300,000 home, it's $27.72.
A year.
Yeah, and then, so it's really comparable. I mean, to me, we had discussions before with the board about keeping it low, just because the biggest impact this is gonna have is on those businesses.
Mhm.
So it will be kind of up to you guys to decide 10 or 15, basically. And once you do that, then there's one other thing that was asked of me that I went ahead and answered, is that if the bond for the elementary school passes and the high school does not, the board authorizes the issue of the elementary bond to pay those costs associated with the improvements to Pine View Elementary. So if the elementary one passes and the high school does not, the elementary bond still goes through. You get the projects done for Pine Butte. Okay, and then the language for the high school one is if the bond for the high school passes and the elementary does not, the board authorizes issue of the high school bond to pay costs of the project described, provided that the portion of the project consisting of the sports complex will be improved only to the extent of available proceeds of the high school bond.
Right.
So that language was added to ensure that if one does not pass, that the other projects can get done. If the board does not like that language, you can take it out, and if one fails, they all fail. That's kind of up to you. I made a judgment call as well with, like, McKinstry was on these emails as well. And it was suggested that we put in that language. So if you want any of the sports complex to get done, they both have to pass, so.
I feel like that's what they're pushing us for, right? To get this done. So we can have our track meets, we can start playing football,
Right.
we can do all that stuff. So I don't,
And it was also suggested for tax purposes to keep the sports complex split between the elementary and the high school.
Mhm.
Because middle school will be having events there. So it is well within our right to move that to elementary, which keeps that bond under 10,000.
Evan, can you go back
So-
to the 10-year one?
I'm sure. Yep.
I would hope that if one goes, they both go.
Yeah,
I
You
would
recommend splitting them though?
Well, you have to because it's a district, but yeah, I mean, I mean, it would be awful frustrating if they didn't both go because then you're, like
Yep.
Brittany was saying, you don't have the funding to do the athletics piece if the high school piece only passed and elementary did not. But I would think so the people voting on your high school are gonna be the same people in the elementary. So if you pass the high school, can't imagine a scenario you wouldn't pass the elementary. I don't know your demographics.
No, I know, you're right, you're absolutely right. If I'm looking long-term, there's two schools that are going to be here.
Yeah.
Right? The high school and the elementary. At some point, we're gonna absolve that middle school at some point.
right.
I see that happening, right?
Yeah.
But their
So
funding is still separate.
their funding is
you know,
still separate,
Yeah,
but that elementary school is never going away. This high school is never going away.
Right.
Well, I can't say never, but you know what I mean. In the foreseeable future, it's staying. So I'm okay with that.
Angie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm okay, because it has to pass both anyway, right? It's gonna come out of both pots, right?
Right.
That's what we're saying.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm okay with that too. What you on board with the 10 or the 15 year?
Tell me the amounts again for the 15.
so for the 15, for a high school, it is, let's see, 1770 for a $100,000 home.
Okay,
Or
And then-
versus $23.87 on the 10-year.
Right.
yeah,
So it's like $6.
And then for the
Right.
elementary, it's like, less than, it's like 250. It's less than that.
right.
I think a 10-year.
I think a 10 year too, because I want to take advantage of our tax base.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes, for that little difference, I think it's 10-year.
I do too.
I do too.
And so are we gonna leave that language in there? I mean, what if the elementary passes and the high school fails because people don't want the complex?
Well, then you at least get your elementary projects done.
Okay,
I mean, that's the good part about it, right?
okay,
And then you're not gonna fix your high school anyway, because you don't have the funds to do it.
okay.
So the bond has to pass to get it done.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
We're just gonna have to
Explain all of that.
explain it all, and we're gonna do that with the public meeting.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
just let everybody know that, hey, this doesn't happen without them both,
Mhm.
so.
I think the only why there was just a little bit of talk about that was that one year we did pass an elementary and not a high school
Mhm.
over base levy. But I think there was a lot of miscommunication at that time. And
Yeah.
so people didn't understand, which I think we've done a lot of work to help them understand now why it's important to pass both of them. And
Both
so
of them.
I'm optimistic that I
I
mean, the
agree,
whole point was for the sports
I agree.
complex, so.
Everybody wants to push this agenda to get this ready to go.
Yeah,
To get it back. So, yeah, I see the high school passing, I really do.
okay,
The elementary is just gonna fall in line, and I like their shorter term, because like I said, I want to take advantage of our tax base.
I do too.
Yes.
Get this paid off as soon as we can.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
okay,
Perfect. Do you guys have a date of when you want that public meeting? I know we talked about it once, but I was unclear.
I
thought it was August 19th, but
I have it
wanted
in my
to-
phone as August 19th.
Okay,
But did we have to wait so many days?
No, that was just, we had to wait so many days to call for the bond.
Okay.
This is now, once we have that public meeting, that'll be to like push all of the, get the information out. And then I was gonna get with central office too and get like, Sabrina and I had talked about making up some flyers, brochure, things like that to hand out at the, and then put them all over town and all over the schools and.
and we know somebody that can print off, I want to put those big demographics that you guys have put
Yeah.
together for us.
Yeah.
To show everybody, this is what we're going for, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, that person does it in record time too,
Yeah.
because I'm always late.
Yep, because we're gonna talk about, we're gonna have to talk about, the field.
Yes, we wanted to do that. Yep.
I mean, I'm not either way. I know what everybody's doing. I understand why they're going that way.
Yeah.
From the maintenance side of all of it, and I get it, and I'm on board with that. So, but I want to push that out there. Let's let them decide. So.
Yeah.
That works for me. So I guess we'll do the way it's written on a 10-year.
Yep.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
As presented, I have a 10-year.
Yeah, I think whoever makes the motion, I just wrote a little bit of extra language if you want to read it after,
I can't make one, so that's you.
if that
Yep.
makes sense
Yep.
to you. Okay.
Okay. I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the call for a 10-year elementary mail ballot bond election and a 10-year high school mail ballot bond election with adjustments presented for taxable valuations received on October 21st, 2025.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Any public comment on this agenda item?
I'm just gonna add with your, just to clarify a little bit, your motion.
Oh, yeah, I know, that
That,
was a little bit, I was
Your taxable valuation received with election occurring on
on
October. Is
October
that okay?
21st,
Okay.
yes.
Okay,
Please.
I'm just gonna make that change.
Do you want me to amend it?
No,
No.
Okay.
no, we're good.
Okay. With that, Angie,
Aye.
Tiff,
Aye.
aye.
Okay, Angie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Uh-huh, bye.
Does that make sense to everybody?
That's, yep,
Cool.
exactly what you need now. Brittany can get back with B. Davidson, Darcy Whitney, and get stuff moving.
Got 3 days.
With that, I'm gonna adjourn this
Sweet.
meeting, adjourned.